Ferrari Sebastian Vettel and Mercedes Lewis Hamilton have won every F1 Drivers' World Championship except for one since 2010. While the two were engaged in a close rivalry for a couple of years, which Lewis won eventually, they have never raced against each other in equal machinery, and Vettel has now revealed the deciding factor that will determine if a scenario will ever come true while speaking to Corriere dello Sport. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Vettel reveals if he wants to be Hamilton's teammate. Vettel started off by explaining how he was close to retiring. "I was thinking about retiring, but I have more to give in the sport. Thankfully, Aston Martin came." He then praised Mercedes. "Sure, they have a good car and the team is incredibly strong. Lewis takes full advantage of that. Some drivers would be very successful in his car, but you also have to admit that he does it brilliantly." He summed up his words by speaking about the possibility of joining Mercedes alongside Hamilton. "Personally, I wouldn't say no to Mercedes. I don't think anyone would at the moment. I would like to drive next to Lewis, but you have to ask him if he wants to. But I think so. We have a lot of respect for each other." Fast feed. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has confirmed that no decision has been made yet, but in early December they will know in which direction they are going regarding their engine. His driver Max Verstappen feels there is always a chance, but they usually don't have a chance to win here in Bahrain. Haas team principal Gunther Steiner has stated they survived, but there was a good chance that they would no longer be here. Racing Point's Sergio Perez has reiterated there is only one option and he wants to go to a nice project. He further clarified that Plan A is to continue in Formula 1, Plan B is a sabbatical. If he doesn't find a seat in Formula 1 for next year, he'll just stop racing for a year. Outgoing Haas driver Kevin Magnussen feels that the IndyCar is certainly a nice competition, but it is not likely that he will drive in that competition next year. He added that he hasn't signed anything yet, and he can't confirm anything. Hopefully he can announce something soon. Former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher considers Lewis Hamilton the only real-world star that Formula 1 has to offer. He added that Lewis knows many superstars from showbiz. Otherwise, a Will Smith would never be interested in F1. Former F1 driver Robert Dornbos has pointed out how there is a big battle going on for third place in the Constructors' Championship, in which no less than 4 teams are involved. He added that it is incredibly important for those teams as this is tens of millions of euros in prize money. A group of 30 parliamentarians from different parties in the United Kingdom have asked Formula 1 to encourage Bahrain to respect human rights. They added that it's deeply disappointing that they haven't seen more progress from F1 when it comes to sports washing and Bahrain's human rights record. The Bahrain government has responded by saying that the government of Bahrain takes the protection of its citizens' human rights and freedom of expression extremely seriously, and this is explicitly protected by Bahrain's constitution. Laurent Mekies, sporting director of Ferrari, has confirmed that Mick Schumacher, Callum Ilott, Robert Schwartzman will drive for the other teams during the young driver test in Abu Dhabi. Red Bull's Daniel Kvyat has reiterated that the chances of him being here next year are very slim. And he further added that irrespective of whether he is staying or not, he will always give his best in every race. Will Sergio Perez be taking a sabbatical next year? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.